No, I'm not going to lie to you, I assumed the Chicago Sky was going to bring her back. But maybe she wants to leave.
No, I assumed. I'm not going to lie to you, I assumed the Chicago Sky was going to bring her back, but maybe she wants to leave. Chennedy Carter just dropped a bombshell about the Chicago Sky dressing room, and trust me, it's not the kind of drama you'd expect from a professional basketball team. The clips that we're seeing, we're not seeing great plays happen, we're seeing all these fights now, but whispers of locker room tension, jaw-dropping claims about players' safety, and yeah, Carter's spilling some seriously dirty secrets, and now she's leaving the Chicago Sky. Seriously, did things really get that messy? It's embarrassing for Caitlin Clark, who had to sit out most of the game yesterday because she was hurt, and so was Aya Boston behind closed doors. It's total chaos with everyone raising their eyebrows. But it gets juicier. Remember the moment she hit Caitlin Clark? Because of that, her playoff match didn't exactly go as planned. Now she's leaking all the SEC about the dressing room. And while the team's authority is kicking her out, she's playing it off like she's just walking away on her own terms. If you thought the world of professional basketball was all about the game, think again. Beneath the surface, there's chaos brewing, and Carter's recent revelations expose a side of the WNBA most fans never see, from safety concerns to tensions with teammates, and even questions about leadership. It seems like the Chicago Sky might be facing a crisis from within. Kent Clark wouldn't even in the league, and now she's in the spotlight, and it's a harsh spotlight because of what she did, and obviously I think we agree she been for AEK for a week. Chennedy Carter isn't new to controversy. Known for her undeniable talent and outspoken nature, she's no stranger to being at the center of the storm, but this time it feels different. This time the stakes are higher. Carter has called out not just a single incident or a particular teammate, she's shining a light on deeper issues that might be rotting the team's foundation, and she's not doing it quietly. Then, as the Chicago Sky's bus arrived at their hotel in Washington yesterday, a man with a camera approached Chennedy Carter and, according to other players, used some abusive language. One of the most shocking incidents she's spoken about happened off the court, but it says a lot about the environment these players are navigating while staying at a hotel with her teammates. Carter recounted a disturbing moment when a man approached her with a camera. The players on the team are saying that this is harassment. The man was mainly talking to Chennedy Carter. This wasn't just a fan hoping for a quick photo, it was unsettling enough to require security to step in. In her own words, Carter explained, "We just want to feel safe as players. That's not asking for much, is it? Safety should be the bare minimum for athletes at this level. But it seems like even that basic expectation isn't being met. Apparently security quickly de-escalate the situation. Police were not called, but several Sky players said Carter was harassed. Think about what it means for team morale if Carter is speaking out about this. You can bet she's not the only one with concerns. Incidents like these don't happen in isolation. They're often part of a larger pattern, and they create a ripple effect impacting not just the individuals directly involved, but everyone around them. That the WNBA, with all of this hype leading into it, has turned into a reality show on Bravo. Honestly, this brings us back to the Chicago Sky's management. How did they respond to something like this? So far, there's been little public acknowledgement, but silence can speak volumes. It's not just about damage control, it's about showing that they're willing to make changes to ensure this doesn't happen again. The truth is, the Chicago Sky dressing room isn't just a place where players prepare for games. It's starting to sound like a pressure cooker with unresolved tensions and issues bubbling over. Something's got to happen with the teammates. We going to keep talking about this all year long until she does something about it. Make an example out of somebody, or one of her teammates make an example out of somebody. But this has got to stop. But you got to understand at the same time, and Carter, for better or worse, has become the face of this controversy. Whether that's because she's the loudest voice or the easiest scapegoat, it's clear she's not afraid to call out what she sees as problems. The drama within the Chicago Sky is unfolding layer by layer, and it's not a pretty picture. While Carter's talent is undeniable, her outspoken nature seems to be clashing with the team applause culture. That's clearly a foul which was called. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Chennedy Carter. One of the most glaring examples came during a game against the Indiana Fever when Carter's flagrant foul on Caitlin Clark sent shockwaves through the WNBA. There can be women who are older than you, better than you on your team, but if they see that you are a young star and you're doing really well, they will do whatever they can do to sabotage your success. For those unfamiliar, the foul wasn't just a heated moment on the court, it quickly became a talking point off it. Clark, a rising star and fan favorite, was cast as the victim, while Carter found herself labeled as the villain. This wasn't an isolated moment. There are whispers of deeper tensions in the locker room, with Carter's personality reportedly clashing with that of Angel Reese. If the rumors are true, this friction might be fueling a toxic environment that's making it harder for the team to function cohesively. Career to be defined by one moment, but right now it's the moment, and it hasn't been a terrible thing for the league. It's actually created a lot of buzz about this league. It begs the question, is the Chicago Sky fostering a toxic culture? On the surface the team might appear united, but these incidents suggest otherwise. A year ago Chennedy Clark wasn't even in the league, and now she's in the spotlight, and it's a harsh spotlight because of what she did. And obviously, if Carter's outspoken nature is seen as a problem rather than an asset, it reflects poorly on the organization's ability to handle strong personalities rather than addressing the root causes of these tensions. It seems like the team is allowing them to fester, ultimately hurting everyone involved. Quickly, the silver lining here is that people really are starting to care about this league. The tension between Chennedy Carter and Angel Reese is one of the most talked about subplots in the Chicago Sky drama, and it's hard to separate fact from speculation. Rumors have swirled for weeks about a rift between these two star players. But what's fueling the fire? While neither player has publicly acknowledged the tension, the whispers coming out of the locker room paint a picture of two big egos colliding in a space too small to contain them. Made doubled off to Carter. Her jumper is good. Chennedy Carter now with 12 points off the bench, and it's not common for star athletes to butt heads. Reese, with her charismatic presence and unapologetic style, has emerged as one of the WNBA's biggest names, but Carter, who averages 17 points per game and is a powerhouse in her own right, isn't one to back down. But I feel like it's gotten pretty absurd, and it's honestly downright embarrassing to see how the WNBA and the media coverage of the WNBA reports suggest the tension isn't just about basketball. Some insiders claim it stems from differences in leadership styles, while others point to personal conflicts. Reese is rumored to favor a more team-oriented approach, while Carter's outspoken nature sometimes comes across as confrontational when combined with the team's broader struggles, including criticisms of coach Teresa Weatherspoon's handling of player dynamics. The situation feels like a powder keg waiting to explode. People know she's becoming almost a household name, I think, to a league where a lot of fans probably didn't even know who she was for a while, even though have taken sides, with some supporting Carter's no-nonsense approach, while others view her as disruptive. Reese, for her part, has maintained her reputation as a team player, which only adds to the narrative that Carter is the problem. She's saying she's being too nice. I think so. Okay. I think so. She going have to make an example. She have to make an example out of somebody at some point. Stand up. All of this leaves Carter at a crossroads as a restricted free agent. Her future in the WNBA hangs in the balance. The guy has the right to match any offer she receives, but after everything that's unfolded, would they even want to? And more importantly, does Carter want to stay? Her Instagram post asking fans for suggestions on her next team wasn't just a cry for help. It was a declaration that she's ready to move on. Look like Kay Carter definitely wants to get out of Chicago. Could she possibly be interested in joining Kid L. Clark in a Fever? That's what we're going to talk about. One of the most intriguing rumors is that Carter might join the Indiana Fever, a team that includes Caitlin Clark, the very player she clashed with during that infamous flagrant foul incident. On paper, it seems like a long shot. After all, the on-court clash between Carter and Clark was one of the most controversial moments of the season, with Carter facing criticism from fans and even her own coach. But basketball is a business, and talent often outweighs personal grievances. Guy, we're talking 17 points per game last season. That's no joke. You'd think the guy would be doing everything they can to keep a player like that, right? But something not adding up here for the Fever. Adding Carter to their roster could be a game-changing move. At just 24 years old, she's already proven she can perform at an elite level, averaging 17 points per game despite all the off-court distractions.